Today I'm with Chuck talking about his passion for cars. We're in his garage, and it's an amazing collection of Italian love, I can tell you that. It's Alfas and Abarths and Fiats, and just a neat collection. So Chuck, how did you get into the car collecting hobby? What kind of started your passion?
Well, when I was 16, all my friends were buying GTOs and Camaros and all those kind of things, and they never really appealed to me because they were, at 18 cents a gallon for gas. I thought it was unbelievably expensive. So I went around, and I was living in Chicago at the time, and there was a dealer out in Glenview, Illinois, that had Fiat, the typical Fiats, MGs, Triumphs, every imaginable European car. But they had a couple of Abarths sitting on the back lot. So I asked him about it, and he says, yeah, they're just Fiats with souped up engines. And I said, I'd kind of like to have one of those, So I bought it, and it was an interesting year and a half of repairing and, keeping it running. They just Italian cars don't like the winter. And I was in Chicago, and the snow was this deep, and eventually I gave it up. I graduated from University of Illinois in Chicago, and I bought myself a 911, and I traded it off. But I always had it in the back of my mind that, like everybody else, their first car is always their most important car. They have fond memories of it, as I did. And years later, 43 years to be exact, I located one just like it. They built about 40 of them, and I purchased it, and that started my collection, basically.
Well, as I came in your garage, the first thing I noticed was all the tools and all the boxes labeled with parts that you have,
right,
so to keep these things running. So obviously, your passion is not only driving; it's also maintaining.
It's not even driving them. It's playing with them. It's working on them. It's they're Italian. You massage them. You talk to them. You make sure that they're feeling good that day. It's all about, these cars have absolute individual personalities.
They have souls.
Every one has an individual personality. And on certain days, certain cars don't like it, so you work on another car.
Now, I see some other cars in your collection, and one of them is a Datsun B2000. Right. Talk a little bit about that.
Well, the Datsun 2000 I bought new in 1967. And they actually call them a 67 and a half. But I bought it new, and I've had it ever since. I've never touched it. I've never replaced a light bulb in it. I just get in it, turn the key, and it drives, and it's like a fancy MG of the day. The engine is based on a Mercedes V8 cut in half from like the 300 SLR. The engine cut in half, and that's what that engine is modeled after.
Now, you've also helped a car immigrate to the United States.
That's right.
And you got to tell that story because it's about somebody else's passion and how it got to you.
Right, and it's right behind us, actually. It's a little green car. It's called a Fiat 126. A Fiat 126 is the final alliteration of the Fiat 500. So it's got just a 600cc, two-cylinder, air-cooled engine. It's the masses, cars for the masses. 15, 16 years ago, I was messing around on eBay, and I see this car for sale, and it said, car in Perugia, which is kind of in the middle of Italy, will ship anywhere in the U.S., $1,500 total price. So I said, this can't be, something's wrong here.
Too good.
It's too good. And so I actually, the guy had a number. I called the guy. I chased him down. I found him. And I talked to him, and he says, I really can't tell you what I'm doing here. He says, but I can guarantee you the car is completely restored. It's perfect. It's fabulous. You'll love it. So I said, what's the story? What's going on? He goes, well, he says, it's my mother's car. And he says, on her deathbed, she said, son, I was never able to immigrate to America, which I wanted to go. Now that I'm dying, send my car. And he just followed his mother's thing. So I have told my sons that car is never to be sold as long as we can, and we will keep it. And I still talk to the son. He's believe it or not, he collects Thunderbirds in Perugia, and he's got like 5 or 6 T-Birds. It's the craziest thing. And he calls me from time to time and says, I need a coil for, a 1959. I said, okay, I'll find one. Don't worry about it. I'll get it for you, and we
Wonderful.
send stuff back and forth.
Well, your passion shows, and again, thank you for sharing it, making it international, fulfilling others' dreams by having their car
Absolutely.
integrated in the United States, and being such a steward of what is a great brand and obviously a huge part of Italian history and
Absolutely.
racing history as well.
For
So,
sure.
Agreed value, mileage rollover, and tiered mileage plans. Classic Auto, insuring your vehicle, insuring your passion. Call or click Classic Auto today.